Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're watching this Facebook Live. This is a voice on the face of Dr. Olabintan, the CEO and co-founder of Livingspring Family Medical Center here in the awesome city of Mansfield, Texas. And we are doing a tete-a-tete with Dr. O today. And just a brief introduction, I tend to do these once a month. It's May, so happy new month. And the whole idea is to have a one-on-one with you to just, share tips that would help you have a better quality and quantity of life. And today's topic is tips to help you maximize the day. You're probably wondering, well, why are you talking about this? Why are we having this conversation? Well, one of the things that has come up in conversation with my clients and life in general is the fact that there's always something to do. It's almost like 24 hours is not enough in the day, or the things that tend to pull our attention here and there. And there are things that demand our attention much more than we feel that we have the time to. But the truth is we can't have time for everything. And so it's important because stress levels are higher when there's a sense of tension around time management, around how we make the most of the day or how we use the day. And so I thought I'd come on here and share, because I see a repeating theme, of course, as a human myself, where I find that, oh my goodness, how can I make the most of the day so I don't feel like I didn't get the things I'm supposed to do done, or I don't feel overwhelmed that there's so much to do. So the biggest thing before we go ahead with the tips to remind each and every one of us is this. There's always going to be something to do, and we cannot have time for everything. And that was a big relief, actually, coming to own that phrase, or own that as the truth. There's always something to do, and I cannot have time for everything. So what are my options then? Is to make sure I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do. That's it. So I hope this helps you feel a little relaxed, that you're not alone. You're not alone in the struggle, in the journey of oh my God, there's so much to do and it seems so little time. All right, so let's go ahead with the tips. We're going to talk about, I did promise 3. This is a tete-a-tete, so it's supposed to be short. The first one is to prioritize the day. So meaning, we talked about the fact that there's always something to do and you cannot have time for everything. So the question is, what do you need to do? What are things that are non-negotiables, right? What are things that are non-negotiable that you have to do? Plan it. Yes, I know it sounds woo-woo, sounds like, oh, here we go again. But I'm telling you, once you write it down and you prioritize, it helps. So meaning, okay, what are things I got to do today? I got to finish this at work. I got to drop off the kids. I got to make sure I bring this out. I got to do this. Or I got to do that. Write it out and rank them. What's number 1? What's number 2? What's number 3? And the goal is to do number 1 first. Yeah. You ever get to that point where you have like 10 things to do, but you do the easy ones first because you want to check it off and be like done? You have 10 things, but the big frogs, the big tough things to do, you're like, no, I'm just going to leave that and do that later so I can check off many things. Well, that's not usually a good idea. You want to do the major things first. Go ahead. It's harder, it's more challenging, but go ahead and do it. So number 1, prioritize the day, do the first things first. Number 2, limit distractions with the addition and the removal of cues. What does that mean? It means there's so many things that call for attention. Remember, we said we cannot have time for everything. So why don't you put cues that help you not be distracted and remove things that make you distracted? I'll give an example. When I'm at work, I have to leave my phone in my office. So I have no access to social media, and I don't get to look at that till lunchtime. All right. So I leave those things off. Or I turn off my notifications. I don't need to know when someone makes a comment, or I don't need to know every text message that comes. If it's urgent, usually it won't come as a text. I've put systems in place where people who need to get to me know how to get to me. And so I'm able to remove that. When you focus and you're not distracted, you're able to actually do the things you're doing more efficiently, and it will save you time down the line. What are things other cues you need to add? I tell you mine. I love little post-it notes. I write things here. Focus. Major on the major, don't major on the minor. Or I'll say things like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, or the Lord is my shepherd. I have all I need. Just something that helps remind me that even though the day is full with activity and things I need to do and there's pressure, I'm not doing this alone. All right. So I put those stickers right on my computer, sometimes where no one can see, where I'm the one looking at it, and it's a cue to remind me and empower me for the day. Right? So what are cues? What are things you do to put focus or ignore that? Or sometimes I put refuse offense. Refuse offenses. Those are one of the things that can be so distracting. Like I'm going to choose not to be offended today. Like I'm not going to give into certain things that are trying to antagonize me. All right. So put cues and remove cues. So put cues that serve you for the day. Remove cues that actually make for a more challenging day. I hope this is helpful. So that's number 2. Number 3, take a break. I'm not very good at practicing this one, but we're having this conversation. Take a break. So sometimes, especially, you're working from home, you're working in the office, schedule 10 5-minute breaks where you do nothing. You stay away from the screen. Few minutes. Sometimes it feels like you're, spending a lot of time, relaxing or de-stressing, but you're not. You can put a timer, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and just look away. Relax, deep breathe, stare out the window. 3 minutes. It actually is not that long. And then you come back. If you need to put those blocks in your time schedule, go ahead and do that. Those things are very helpful. And actually studies show that not staring at the screen the whole day is very, very helpful for brain functioning. So look away. 5 minutes, however minutes, come back. All right. Now I said 3 tips, but I'm going to give a bonus. The 4th one, and I'm praying that you have helpers who will help with this part, is delegate. Delegate. Who are people that you can have do some of the things that you're doing right now? Are there people who have asked to help you and you've refused their help? But if the roles were reversed, you'd be upset that they didn't ask you for help. Are there people who could help offload some things from your plate? Ask for help and take the help. I'll share one of my delegation. I don't do life alone. As a woman of faith, like my relationship with God is very, very important in how I do things and what I do. And so there are things that are outside my scope. I do my part. I do the things that I as a human need to do, and I leave the rest to God. There's some things, some battles that I can't fight. And so I delegate. Lord, this is on you. I'm going to do my part, but this one's on you. So delegate. The woman of faith, your man of faith, delegate. Lord, this is you. I need your help. This is you. Give me instruction. Give me wisdom. Send me people who are supposed to help me through this challenge. All right. And there are people who will come in. It's amazing how, as you make that conscious decision that you're going to delegate, you're going to ask help, that people actually would come to you and say, hey, is there anything I could do? That's a cue. What can they do for you? We're not meant to do life alone. And life is much more impactful, and life is richer when you accept the help that I believe that God has sent for you to make your day or make your life maximally, what's the word? Maximally expanded, right? We do the mostest when we accept the help that's meant to help us make bigger impact. I realized that trying to do everything by myself doesn't help. It doesn't help me reach my full maximal potential. And I'm sharing that with you as well. No, I'm not saying be a burden to everyone. And no, that's not what I'm saying. You would like to help people. People should be allowed to help you as well. That's what makes life better. That's what makes the effect of you last longer through other people, because you're not burnt out, because you're not overwhelmed by trying to do everything by yourself. All right. These are tips. They sound very simple. Like I said before, sometimes that's a challenge of simple things. They're easy to do and seem woo-woo and easy not to do. But I want to encourage you, as you practice these things, you see that your day-to-day is better. You're more efficient. You're more present. And you're more able to enjoy the blessings that are packed in a day. I hope this has been helpful. As always, it's been a pleasure having this conversation with you. And I'll see you in the next Tete-a-Tete with Dr. O. Thanks for watching. Bye.